Today, we're going to be answering the question, what is the connection between personal growth and professional development? Hi, my name is Paul Tobey from Training Business Pros. Thank you so much for joining me. The connection is very strong. In fact, if you think about it, where do you spend most of your life? In professional development, in your working life, in your career, in your business. And there has never been a better place to learn and grow and thrive and get more personal, be a better person, more personal growth than in that environment. And I literally have 7 things that I want to talk about that can really help make the connection between personal growth and professional development. And we're going to dive into that right after this. So the connection between personal growth and professional development is really strong. And I have 7 things that I want to get to. In the end, you really want to stick around for this because I'm going to hand over a 30-minute training which covers one specific area of this connection that is really going to help you. And you can look forward to that because I really feel strongly about this, and I'm going to leave it to the end because I really want you to stick around for that. So hang in there. So let's talk about the definition of personal growth, because you obviously, I think most people know what professional development means, but what does personal growth mean? It's about building better, more positive habits, behaviors, actions, and reactions. I think one of the most important words in that is reactions, because it's how we react to other people and situations and circumstances that we typically don't like. In other words, when things go wrong, that's when personal growth really comes into play because it defines how you react to those situations. And I just think the way that we react is a really strong indicator of how far we've come in life in our personal growth. All right, number 1, leveraging your talents for the benefit of others is probably one of the strongest elements of personal growth because you are taking your talents that you've honed over years, that you've put time into and practice, and using that for the benefit of other people is really the cornerstone of personal growth because it helps you live as an individual who has a strong intention of being a good benefit to other people. And using your talents for that is a strong measure of personal growth. Let me give you an example. So recently, I've decided to put a lot more effort into my former music career. In other words, a resurgence of music in my life for the benefit of other people. So I'm building a new YouTube channel called Jazz Mental. If you haven't visited that channel, please go and do so. Because what you'll notice is I'm sharing a lot of my experience as a professional musician for many years and guidance for musicians who perhaps want to become professional or just become better, more well-rounded musicians. So I'm leveraging my own personal talent for the benefit of other people. That is, again, a strong indicator of how far you've come in your personal growth over the years. Second, I've already alluded to this in the introduction. Where do you spend most of your time? Well, I think like most people, we spend a lot of our time in career development and in our jobs and in our businesses. And so what better place to apply the concepts of personal growth than in that arena? You can do that with your interactions with colleagues, your interactions with clients, and the concept of vision is really, again, has a lot to do with personal growth. It is, how are we going to get to where we're going? In other words, we've got the mission, which is where we're going. We've got the vision, the purpose, which is why we're going there. And then finally, we've got the core values, which is how we're going to get there. Core values is totally behavior and belief system and actions and reactions. And so those core values is a personal growth element that fits well into the creation of your business. Number 3, because we're working, we are constantly challenging our belief systems. So again, in all of the interactions with other people, your belief system comes into play. And we have the opportunity to clear out limiting beliefs on a regular basis. A limiting belief might be, my business can only grow to this big. I'm not very good at HR. I have challenges with presenting or selling, which is obviously the number one thing you need to do in business to be successful. So people's limiting beliefs about sales are constantly being challenged. And when they're constantly being challenged, you obviously grow significantly and personally as you're going through those challenges, meeting those challenges, and performing. Number 4, so how do you actually take action? This is a question that is important to the relationship between personal growth and professional development, because how you take action defines the results that you actually get. And there's no greater action than 2 things. Number 1, obviously, it has to benefit other people. Whatever you do in your career and in your business must be for the benefit of other people. Well, it doesn't have to be, but it must be in order for you to grow into your own, for you to be intrinsically motivated. And that's really, again, all about personal growth. The second thing is that you are learning from other people who have paved that path before you. In other words, trial and error we know is the most popular learning strategy, but at the end of the day, it's probably the weakest because you make a lot of error and you don't necessarily know that you're making those errors. So it's important to take action for the benefit of other people, but also learn. And learning is not just professional development, it's personal growth. You have to take advice from people who have completed tasks and got specific results before you. And it's almost like cheating. It's like you go to a seminar or you watch videos from people who've succeeded. You're learning from them instead of making all the mistakes yourself. Number 5, money and wealth are key performance indicators of how well you're doing on your personal growth strategy. Because money is one of those things that constantly challenges our belief system. And how you let money flow into your life and through you into the hands of other people is a key performance indicator of how well you are growing and accepting that relationship, that universal law of flow. How easily does money and wealth flow into your life? That's a really good, strong metric to tell you how well you're doing on your journey. Number 6, how do you actually attract opportunities? So for me, opportunities are typically attracted by just being awake. And awake and in the moment is one of the cornerstones, again, of self-development and personal growth. And so how you continuously attract more opportunity and being awake to see it is, again, a very good indicator of how well you're doing on your journey. Self-discipline instilled in me from a very young age, obviously through the piano and understanding how to practice and when to practice and the process of practicing. But many people do not have self-discipline, but it is probably one of the most important elements of self-growth in order to create a specific result. So I'm going to put a link up here and down below to a video on how to master the art of self-discipline. And you can go check that out because I think it's one of the most important elements of personal growth, this concept of self-discipline and being able to carry out what you say you're going to do. And then finally, how do you communicate with others? And so the whole concept of communication really is about personal growth. It's from a positive, and I always say that energy is everything. The way that you communicate through your channels, through social media, through your conversations, through the phone, however you're doing your communication, I think in that Suggestology is the key. So I have a free 30-minute training that was pulled right out of a full 5-day training for speakers called Train the Online Trainer that was happening last December. It was a very successful training, but I took 30 minutes out of there, and it's a really strong 30 minutes on Suggestology. So you can go grab that at trainingbusinesspros.com/Suggestology-Suggestopedia. And I'm also going to put a link below because I can't post the link here on YouTube. So not yet anyway, but I will eventually, but you can find it down below or just go to that link because the training is very strong and it's going to help you with your communication skills. And if you notice in this video, I've used some of those communication skills, and when you watch the video, you'll start to pick them out. So that's my take on the relationship between personal development and professional development, or personal growth and professional development. I hope you enjoyed that. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Obviously, I want you to subscribe to the TVP channel. It's a relatively new resurgence of this channel, so if you could subscribe to it, that would be so awesome. And any questions or comments you have about this content or any other videos, and if you want me to tackle a specific subject, please post it in the comments below. Thank you so much for your time.